So let me be your family this Christmas. Let this.
Hey guys, it's your girl Linda Mary. Welcome to this vlog, and in this vlog I'm going to take you through breakfast ideas for a week. We may do 5 days, we may do 7 days, we'll see. But at least I want to give you ideas of what you can have for breakfast. So today is day 1, and the first thing that you're making are mandazis. So let's get started. So these are the ingredients that I'm going to use. So mainly I'm using self-raising. Okay, so if you don't have self-raising, you can use the flour for chapati, but then you add baking powder. That's the only difference. Self-raising already has baking powder, so we want to be using baking powder. I'll be having sugar, eggs, and this is just sugar, cooking oil, and milk. Okay, I've already said so many times in this in my vlogs, I'm not the best at measuring. I really do not know how to measure. I normally just use my eyes. So for sugar, I'm just going to start with half a cup of sugar, and then I'll taste. I normally taste. Even for milk, I'll just put 1 cup of this. This is just for grating. I'll just grate it to give it flavor. So let's get started. Hey guys, when I was filming this video, the idea was to do breakfast ideas for a week. So I started filming, and I think at around day 3 or day 4 there, something happened, life happened, and I didn't continue. So I was meaning to continue with this and just add on more ideas, but that hasn't happened. This was months ago, several months ago even. You'll see that I'm even using my old cylinder, but I thought instead of discarding these videos, and yet they are useful, they can help someone out there, let me just share these. There were 3 or 4, I think, breakfast meal ideas. So let's just enjoy this video.
Alone it's Christmas, but I won't wait till next year to try and fill the distance we've had with decorations in my bag. He's taking it slow, won't work on time. It's only so long for Christmas lights. It can't be a song you sing sometimes. I need you to sing it for your whole life. So let me be your family this Christmas. Let this be the season that you've been waiting for. Let me be your family this Christmas. Give to you myself this year, I promise I'm yours. This year you've left me wondering.
That's enough. I don't want it to be too sour, so I'm going to pour in the warm water gradually as I mix with my hands, okay, until I get that consistency that I want. Adding only small amounts because I already used the milk, so let me use that. So we have our flour. Now I want to add, it's still sticky, I want to add cooking oil. Sometimes I add the cooking oil when I'm adding the sugar and everything before I put in the liquids like milk. Other times I put it after kneading the dough, so both can work. So I'm just going to pour some cooking oil, and then there's something that I'd forgotten to tell you that I normally use just to make it extra soft. That's margarine. So you can use Blue Band or Prestige. It just makes it extra soft. So I'll just continue kneading, and then I'll add the margarine, and then continue kneading. This is the margarine. You don't need too much, just a little bit to make it extra soft. So the dough is ready. It's no longer that sticky. See? It's just soft. This is a small amount because it's just my daughter and I. So depending on the size of your family, you can just prepare the whole of it, the small packet or even the big packet, depending on how many you want. So you see, my dough is there. I want to let it rest for a few minutes. You can just cook the mandazi immediately, there's no problem. But when you let it rest for some time, at least, I don't know how to explain it. Makes it tastier. I'm just going to cover it with this. If you have, is it the film? You can also use it, just something to help it, so it can't harden when it's exposed to air. So let me leave it for a few minutes as I prepare tea, and then we'll get back to it. This is so small, I would have just split it into two, but I want to show you 3 different shapes that you can do for mandazi. So let me just split it into 3, so I can have 3 small rolls. Okay? My apologies, guys. Some clips are not the best quality because I was using a different phone back then, and then I just realized as I was looking at it that I had positioned the ring light wrongly, so it was not adding light, it was actually removing, but others are still okay. So let's just continue enjoying and learning where we can. This thickness is okay, it's not too thin, it's not too thick. The first shape I want to make is the normal, just the normal circular mandazis. I usually use a cup. This is nice, or anything that is round. So you see, we have this. So this is the first shape. So I'm just going to do that all around. I want to start dipping the mandazis, and I usually test how hot the oil is by throwing a small piece like this one inside to see. You see if it's floating. And then some people also use the wooden stick, that lower part, they put it in and they see if it's going to bubble like that. So it tells you that it's ready, because if you put in the mandazis, if the oil is not hot enough, they will just soak up the oil, and then you'll end up eating oil, like you'll be drenched in oil, which you don't want. So since the oil is now ready, let's put in the mandazis. You see, be careful.
In December, we give our gifts, wishing well to our world, peace on earth to everyone. A time to be joyful when all is calm and all is bright. But why does it change with the seasons, and why can't we just hold on?
The second shape I'm doing are the donuts shape. So I'm just making this the normal round the way I did, and then I'm taking this for a bottle top or for a soda or something. Mostly I like for the water. So I'm going to make a smaller hole inside so I can have that donut shape. I've decided to do a voiceover in some of these parts because I realized the phone had low volume. So you see, when you remove that inside part, we are left with our donut.
I'm not exactly a Christmas cracker. I'm more of a seasonal slacker. I come off like a less green Grinch, and I won't bite my tongue, I won't budge an inch. 'Cause there's so much to organize, so many names to memorize, and herein the problem lies, I can't be bothered. Who's gonna buy the presents and decorate the tree? Ain't got time for Christmas or your family. Who's got room for carols to drink and be merry? Ain't got time for Christmas. Have you got time for me?
This is day 2. So today we are making pancakes. My tea is already ready here. Today I'm drinking chocolate. If you may have noticed, the ingredients are the same as those of mandazi. The milk, eggs, sugar, cooking oil, For mandazi, I use the self-raising, and for pancakes, sometimes I also use the self-raising, because now when I use that, then I don't have to use baking powder, because self-raising already has baking powder. But I know most people use the all-purpose flour for chapati, so that's what I wanted to use today. And then the only difference again is that we are going to use essence, vanilla essence to be precise, which I didn't use in mandazi. So this will just give the pancakes a very nice flavor. And yes, for mandazi I used the lemon, but I'm not going to use that now. So you see, same ingredients. I mix my ingredients separately. So anything that is fluidish, like this one will be watery, and these, and milk and oil, I put in one tin. And then everything that is in powder form, that is sugar, these and these, I put in another tin. And then after I've mixed all of them separately, then I put them in one bowl, so that we don't have like excessive lumps.
Have you ever looked in the mirror and not seen yourself? Like you got lost somewhere along the way? Well, maybe you just need some help getting back. But that's not something they tell you these days. I never wanted to be that girl, but I'm stuck on this rural street, and my smile won't come, but my hair still curls. And I guess that's how they recognize me. I'm not actually here anymore. I've forgotten what I came here for. You with the bright eyes, I envy you. Cold and bitter, that's what I've come to. You with the bright eyes, I envy you. Cold and bitter, that's what I've come to. There's no one around for miles. They left me here in the dust. They're actually...
This is the pan that I use, the one for cooking chapati, and I love it because it is heavy. If you have a non-stick pan, you can use it. If you don't, use your normal pan. So I'm just giving it a few more minutes so the pan can be hot, and then we start cooking these pancakes. I just scoop like maybe half of it. Depends on if you want very large pancakes or not. I normally just scoop half of it and then pour it on the pan. And then I give it a few more minutes, 2-3 minutes, and when you start seeing the bubbles, you'll start seeing bubbles coming in, then it means that other side is cooked. You can also just lift it up and check. If you check closely, you'll see the bubbles that I was talking about. Bubbles have already started forming, so just lift to see the other side. Oh, I don't know if you can see. You see, it has turned brown, so just lift it up. That we have our pancake number one. So after 2-3 minutes, let me move this close. After 2-3 minutes, you check. You see, it's ready. So you just remove it from the pan, and we repeat the procedure. So the color will also depend on the level of heat. If the heat is too high, the pancakes will come out too brown. So you can always lower. That's not a problem. So we're going to repeat this for all, until all these mixtures, okay?
I wanna go to parties. I also want good grades. I wanna finish high school. Scared of making my mistakes. I wish for you to take interest, but only when I want. I could be pretty big.
So today we are preparing bananas. So these are green bananas, they uncooked, the raw ones. So what I normally use is just onion and tomatoes. I don't do a lot of stuff with the bananas. So I'm going to peel them, but I want to use a little bit of the oil. I just want to smear it on my fingers to avoid this sticky part, this outer peel sticking on my fingers. So let's chop these.
First of all, I miss you. And secondly, I never want to see your face again. I get that it makes no sense. Oh, but I've been trying to forget that I remember you exist. I'm just exhausted, 'cause you said you needed me, and I took that way too seriously. So forgive me for saying I'm sorry. I don't need nobody except maybe you. Is it true love if I don't love anyone else? Maybe it's time that I stop lying to myself. I'll make another playlist with words I'd say directly to your face if I was brave enough. But instead I will give it a title that matches yours. Then listen with my headphones in.
10 minutes later. Tell me this is not yummy. Tell me this is not yummy. Kids can enjoy these, adults too. Today I feel like taking black tea, so I'm taking Kericho Gold tea. Just going to put tea leaves. Just going to put some tea leaves inside here. I have sugar inside there, and then just pour hot water. That's it. Ukichoka na chai ya maziwa, we do this. Kericho Gold tea, do its thing. So my breakfast is ready, my bananas and my black tea. I'm telling you, this combination is yummy and healthy and filling because it's so heavy. This is what I was able to capture for this particular video, but if you still want breakfast ideas for a week, just tell me. Just write breakfast ideas for a week, or say, Linda, do breakfast ideas for a week, and I'll make time and do it. Thank you so much for watching this video. See you tomorrow.